Welcome, everyone, to day 38 of our second session this year called Going Deeper. My name is Sylvia, and I've been here before and recognize many of your names, and it's beautiful to see more and more names coming in. I live in the mountains of Virginia. I've been meditating since 2001, and delightful to be back again with you on a Sunday, a workshop day. Let's see, if we could have the foot soak slide and the candle slide. So this is just a reminder to get your foot soak ready. You'll just need a basin with some lukewarm water and a handful of salt, and then another container with fresh water to rinse your feet into the bucket, and a towel, either cloth or paper, to wipe off your feet. And also tonight, we'll be introducing a little bit more work with candle. So there's still time. If you have a candle holder and matches or lighter, that'll be good. You can follow along. Otherwise, you can always come back to the recording when you have that together. If you are new or continuing, then you can review the course materials and the recordings. They're all on our website, and probably that's going to show up in the chat soon, put there by our wonderful tech team. You can request also a mentor to help you in your Sahaja Yoga journey, a friend, a buddy, a companion, a go-to person when you have questions, something of a little more personal nature that you want to dive into. So that mentor relationship is meant for that, and we hope you take advantage of it. If you already have a mentor and it's not working out, maybe your schedules clash, just can't get together, whatever reason, you can also request an additional mentor. Or if you just feel you need two mentors, that's okay too. So on Thursday, our session was on the right Vishuddhi, the power of speech to give love to others. It was a remarkable program, and I hope everyone caught it. Today's topic is Back Agnya, asking for forgiveness, and also understanding how to rid ourselves of our conditioning. The agenda to today will be a short talk on today's topic by our presenter, a guided meditation and foot soak, and then a video of Shri Mataji, followed by our Sunday workshops, the breakout rooms at the end, where you can meet one-on-one or in small groups with a Sahaja Yoga teacher, practitioner, for a mini kind of a mentoring session, even though it's in a small group. Very powerful and wonderful experience. So I hope everyone here will take advantage of breakout rooms tonight. Very exciting. And so with that, let's introduce our presenter for this evening. Hi, Andre.
Hello,
Great.
friends, and hello again to the ones that we have met before. And well, very nice to meet the ones which are new for tonight. We are going to move in pretty quickly. My name is Andre. I am Romanian of origin and lived in a few places in the world. Currently in the middle of Canada, in a place called Saskatchewan, and we. As I said, we're delighted. It's a bit of a busy day, so we will dive right in, if you don't mind. Let's start by raising our Kundalini and doing the bandhan. Nice and slow and deliberate. All the way up. And all the way hip to hip. So if we have the foot soak right there, then that's fantastic. We can give it a little bit of vibration, a little bit of invitation for the nice energy to flow. And we can ask inside Mother, please give this foot soak power to absorb negativity and heat from our subtle system. And then we can dive right in. As usual, clearing the system, any part of it. And today is going to be a bit more about the top end of our left channel. It's just so much easier once the power of our first chakra, of our Muladhara chakra, is established. And that's always a great thing to ask for to begin with. So we can keep the left hand on our lap and allow the right hand to go towards the Mother Earth. And we can ask, Mother, please completely establish the great powers of the first chakra within us. Please let pure innocence, wisdom, humility, and pure joy flow from our first chakra throughout our subtle system. Let every channel, every chakra be cleansed by those powers. Please make us childlike. Please completely awaken the presence of the eternal child within us. Very good. We can put the right hand back on our lap and put the left hand on our liver. So that's the last ribs on the right. So this is a bit of the furnace of our subtle system. And it tends to overheat. So here we can ask a couple of times, Mother, please cool and stabilize our attention. Please let the pure light of the self spread in our attention. Very good. Now let's cup the base of our neck with the right hand and put the left hand on our lap. The throat chakra, the Vishuddhi chakra, is very important. Really, the balloons in our head, both our ego and superego, though they get pushed aside by the power of in the center of our Agya, of our neck center, but they are mostly sucked in by the power of our Vishuddhi, by our throat center. Mother, please give us the true detachment of a yogi. Mother, please completely establish the witness power within us. Please completely purify and enlighten our Vishuddhi chakra. Very good. Now let's put the right hand on our heart. Mother, I am the pure self. I am the pure spirit above and beyond everything else. And here we need to remember that The spirit is described as a blend of pure consciousness, truth, and bliss. But in a single word, it is love. All-powerful, all-encompassing, divine love. Mother, I am part and parcel of the ocean of divine love. So now we will get out of the foot soak and we will continue part 2 where we will use a little bit of the candle. So rinse, put it on the side. Good. So as on the slide, Exhibit A, Exhibit B. Now, one simple way to let it clear the left side is to simply have a slow journey along the left channel, right? Something like this. So and a different version would be to make a little bit of a little bandhan, a clockwise circle, around a specific chakra. So we can start with the left navi, so the third chakra on the left. Which is our mastery chakra and our householder chakra. And best is to surrender to the fire element, whatever trouble might be in that chakra. Now, about the left agnya, so we'll get back to the camera. So remember, the left channel goes like this, goes through the back, covers more of the back and the left side, and the right channel covers more of the front and this side, okay, after they cross. And we talk about mistakes, but We can think of mistakes in a couple of different ways. So I'm going to propose to you a couple. So first and foremost, the simple fact that there is such a thing as a material creation is a limitation of the pure infinite spirit. Every limitation will generate further limitations. And in a beautiful way, it's been described in great scriptures how even the greatest deities make the occasional mistake. The idea being any limitation to the infinite spirit will generate some consequence somewhere. So creation equal some limitations, which will generate some consequence. Secondly, there's lots of things that we don't know. Just as children, we learn things. And this is about the divine side of things that we have to learn. Thirdly, sometimes we do know, but it takes a moment until we really manage to fully follow. The main concept here is that we have to look at mistakes with a smile, ours and others, very importantly, because we're all on a path to get better. On the other hand, because we are a little drop in the ocean of love, the best way to get over it so we can correct it is to understand that we are in this tide of love with the divine power. And the fact that we can give it our mistakes and the divine power can take them is just a wonderful thing. So we just have to ask for it. So let's start with this side so we can do a bit of a horseshoe business on the right side of our head. So that's really where the left channel ends and where we kind of store past stuff and our, what we call as our conditionings, things that we've accepted, right? People said, well, you have to eat with a fork and spoon and let's hold the fork this way. Well, it's really not that drastically important, please trust me. And there's way sillier than this and way more complex and subtler than this that we don't even know about. But best is to surrender it all to that power of love. So as we do this, we can say, Mother, please let all my conditionings dissolve in the light of the pure love. Because after all, divine love knows everything. So when we have that awareness, we don't need a cookbook. We can just enjoy flowing with that power. Okay? And again, we can lounge the left channel a couple of times. And take this off. And lastly, we will put our right hand on the Back Agnya and put the head back a little. And surrender all our mistakes, so-called, many of which are totally imaginary. Mother, please forgive all our mistakes. like a child, that blend of humility and confidence in the love of the mother. And the desire to overcome those mistakes too. Very good. Now let's put both hands out and close our eyes for 1 minute. Well, you are in a good, quiet state in which to watch Shri Mataji's talk.
So you reach that subtler state when you understand what is fundamentally, basically wrong with you, because these are the fundamentals on which our physical, mental, emotional and spiritual being rests or is nourished. So immediately you know basically what's wrong with you, and you know yourself, nobody has to tell. Now supposing somebody is very much conditioned, so his chakra at the backside goes off. Now if you tell that person you are a conditioned person, he'll not like it. But he himself after realization will say, Mother, please solve my problem of the Back Agnya. Means there's some conditioning. Could be coming from anything. And you face yourself directly. You don't have to sort of sit down and analyze yourself, but you just see clearly on your centers what's wrong with you. And if you can relate one center, another center, combinations of these centers, and actually what is the matter with you, immediately you will know what's the problem is. So you know the absolute truth. Now you have known from India many people have come as false gurus, and everybody tells me about them. They are just here to make money. There's a kind of camouflage they have. But still, with realization, you immediately know that he is a cheat. Or he is a demonic person. You have to just put your hands like this and you can feel it. The vibrations, which are not pulsations of a tremor or anything, but cool, breeze-like things that flow, suddenly becomes hot. Sometimes they might create a little blister also for the time being, because you become like a barometer. And absolute things, Even if you have a painting which is a copy of a real painting and people don't know, only by putting hands towards it, immediately you will know if it is of the real one or not. Any fundamental question can be asked and you get the answer on your fingertips and you know what is the truth. So your attention itself becomes enlightened. With this attention, which is enlightened, you can feel the vibrations of another person, the chakras of another person. But apart from that, second thing, that this enlightened attention is dynamic. Sitting down here, if you put attention to something, it works. It works. Of course, you have to develop that state, that higher state of doubtless awareness. Anywhere you put your attention, it works. So the connection with the divine is that this attention, wherever you put it, like a remote control, it works. A person who is a realized soul is extremely compassionate and extremely dynamic. Of course, you never feel your age, you never get tired, you work very hard, because all the time the energy is flowing. You become an expert on understanding what is falsehood and what is truth. The discrimination, the divine discrimination is so acute and so penetrating that you cannot find faults with it. I know of a person who came to me after realization. I told him that why don't you take to the interior decoration of ships. He said, I don't know, from one timber to another timber. I said, just start. And he became very rich with that. He somehow or other, he said, I knew this was this timber, I knew this one was that timber. So you just know after a certain state that you reach, that this is this, this is this. Because your attention is so pure and clear, you become extremely creative. Many people who have never spoken on the stage, have never said a sentence on the stage, who had stage fear and all that, are great orators today. Any walk of life you enter into, you are absolutely confident of yourself and you know you are properly guided. And the nature of the spirit is that it gives you an attention that doesn't fritter away. You don't look at things which are of no use. But once you see something, the whole picture is in your mind, like a photogenic picture. Whenever you want to think about it, you get the whole thing. Even the folds of the clothes and everything, the face, everything comes to you absolutely clear. The memory becomes so sharp, even at an old age, that people are surprised. And you do not try to memorize too many things, it's just there. One lady in America got realization, she had a shop, Indian lady. She said, I meticulously knew every bit of my shop, and I knew what consignment has come, what has gone, everything. I don't know anything now, but I'm making big profits. I said, that's it. Why should you break your neck with all this burden? Just you should have the profit finished. And she was amazed how she's making so much money when she is not knowing all these things and she's living in complete joy. So another attribute of the spirit is that it is the source of joy. Joy is not like happiness and unhappiness. If your ego is pampered, then you feel happy. When it is not pampered, you feel unhappy. Joy is a state where you just enjoy everything. Because you are beyond thoughts,
keep a state with our attention beyond the thoughts. And then, with full attention, let's raise our mother energy. And take a bandhan. Grateful namaste to our mother energy for the cleansing and the vibrations. So we'll go over some announcements now before we enter into the breakout rooms. On Tuesday, we will delve into day 39 and explore the front Agnya called the narrow gate to thoughtless awareness. And it's coming to an end, our session 2. Today is session 38. This session 2 will end at day 42, which is 2 times 21. It will end on Tuesday, April 15th, so a week from this coming Tuesday. We've been meeting on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays for 7 weeks. At the end, we will start our 3-week break from April 16th to May 7th. We'll be on a break. And then we'll start up with session 3. And session 3 will begin on Thursday, May 8th, and run until Tuesday, June the 24th. So this is all going to go in the Zoom chat for us, so not to worry too much. You can also find it on the website. And every day, and for the next few days, it'll be repeated. However, you're not going to be just alone for 3 weeks. We have the wonderful foot soaks, which will be ongoing on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The same Zoom link we've been using for 21 days, and the same time, 8:45 p.m. So, as always, we have our program resources. Please do request a mentor. You'll be so glad you did. You can take the plunge and see how it works for you. You can also join our community in WhatsApp, where you'll receive daily spiritual messages and all the links and announcements and invitations. And of course, all of this is on our website, which you can find through the QR code there or through this URL. The live session links are there, the recorded sessions, and a link to the WhatsApp group. There will be a handout for the Agnya chakra, and that's going in the chat. Also, And also it'll be sent on the WhatsApp groups tomorrow. And it has also the affirmations, so you can enjoy and use and experience how they work for you. And now, hopefully, we're all still here and ready to go into the interactive workshops where we'll meet one-on-one or in small groups with an experienced Sahaja Yoga teacher. I hope you'll all stay on for these WhatsApp groups. Wonderful, exciting things happen, deep and profound and joyful. So hope you'll stay on for the interactive workshop tonight. There won't be any discussion